I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, and for the first time in my life, I could finally afford an apartment that had its very own washer and dryer in the apartment. To put it in context, most of my friends at this point had already bought their first house. But having lived in tiny little apartments for most of my adult life, this was a big deal for me. And I remember all of my friends who still lived in tiny apartments like I did were like, "Girl, you have made it." And I was like, "Yes, I have. I do laundry all the time now." We were just joking around, but it got me thinking about milestones in our lives and who gets to decide whether or not we've hit them. In today's vlog, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite new bands who made me realize that you need to define success on your own terms, and whether or not you've made it is really a matter of perspective. My good friends Campbell, Seth, and Elena are part of a band called Campbell Station. They're based in Nashville and they are insanely talented. I'll link all of their information below, but definitely check them out. They write their own songs and their new single, Sweet Tea, is out right now and I love it. I listen to it all the time. I am so proud of their success. And I remember telling them over the years, you guys are going to make it big. Don't give up. I know Nashville is filled with artists, but you need to keep going because someday you're gonna make it. I was saying all of this because I am one of their biggest fans and I wanted to be very supportive. But it actually hit me one day that in saying that, I was kind of minimizing everything that they had already accomplished. In addition to their day jobs, they're constantly recording new music. They just released their latest single, which is playing on the radio. I mean, how cool is that? And they're currently on tour, playing almost every weekend in different cities. Most importantly, they're having fun, and they're creating music that they're truly proud of and that people like me can relate to. I mean, it sounds to me like they've already made it. This epiphany made me wonder how many times I allow other people to define what success looks like for me. For example, even with this YouTube channel, it's hard to not get distracted by traditional metrics of success, such as how many views or subscribers I have, and to not feel demoralized when I still feel so far from where I should be. But listening to Campbell Station's music, I was reminded of why I started making videos in the first place. I wanted to create content that would make people smile and hopefully inspire them. Eventually, my goal was to create a video every single week and to create content that I sincerely believed would help people. And by those standards, I'm doing it. I think it's so important to always be reaching for that next big goal and to be trying to better yourself in the process. But I think sometimes we delay our own happiness because we're so focused on what other people define as success. Sure, maybe you haven't reached that job title that you aspire to have one day, but who cares if you love what you're doing right now? Or maybe you want a partner and kids someday. But what about the quality of the relationships that are currently in your life? Success is different for everyone, and sometimes it's as simple as having your first apartment that has its own washer and dryer. Campbell Station taught me that making it big is just as much about the journey and feeling good every step of the way. So set the bar high for what you want to achieve. But define success on your own terms. And know that if you are putting yourself out there and trying your best, then you've already made it.